Good morning, all. So today we have yoga sessions. So Prashant will instruct us the yoga session. So over to Prashant.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Hopefully, I'm audible and visible. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, audible.
Yes. Okay, fine. So hopefully, I hope that last time, the last session, we had some yoga sessions on near about 7 to 8 postures. Everybody might have practiced it well, and they have practiced it well, and I hope it will give perfect results also. So last time, whatever we have done, the yoga postures, it was basically for improving the immune system by increasing the lymphatic system, by increasing the efficiency of the lymphatic system. So basically, those 7 postures that we had in the last session for boosting the immune system, out of that, some 3 postures you can do in every yoga. In every time when you start the yoga, or every time when you go for doing some yoga, you can have those 3 postures. The first posture was Anulom Vilom, and the second is Agnisha, and third is Kapalbhati. So these are yoga that you can practice it on daily basis, apart from other yoga postures. Or else you can do all the 7 yoga postures that I have told or I have shown in the last yoga session. So basically, we will be starting. Basically, why we do yoga? Yoga is nothing but connecting the individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. It's about all about maintaining a perfect harmony between the human health and mindfulness. Okay, fine. So today we will be starting our yoga sessions with the first posture, that is Anulom Vilom, that we have done in the last session. So basically, you remember that these 3 postures are very important, and in every yoga session or every day-to-day life, you can practice this yoga, these 3 postures, and these are very helpful for boosting the immune system and also for fat reduction. And apart from these 3 postures, more 4 or 5 to 6 postures or 4 to 5 postures are there that we will be doing. That will be completely for fat burning or obesity, for cutting the obesity. Okay, first starting with Anulom Vilom. As I have said, we will start with the left nostril by blocking the right nostril. Breathe in abundance of air, then breathe out from right nostril by blocking the left nostril, and again take air or breathe air from right nostril and release it from the left nostril. This completes a full cycle. Okay, so we'll start with the first practice. And always make sure that when you are doing some yoga, you are sitting in upright position. Your vertebral should be fully straight, or should be fully vertical. It should not be in a lean position or in a bent position. The moment you are sitting in a vertical position or upright position, there itself you can feel that vibe in your body. A minimal, a sweet current you can feel in the spinal cord. So it's very important that after in the morning, when you are getting up from the morning, from the bed, you should be sitting upright position, in the upright position, and have a smile. As I told that yoga is inversely proportional, stress is inversely proportional to smile. Have a good smile on your face, and then you start the yoga. Okay, so let's start again. 15 times each posture, 15 times. this is the first cycle comprising of 14 rounds. And every time when you are breathing in or breathing out, make sure that you are taking abundance of air inside, because abundance of oxygen should go inside and it should enter the mitochondria. The more oxygen it is entering into the mitochondria, the more burning of fat, or the more fighting or the more boosting of the immune system. Okay, so keep one thing in mind, that whenever you are breathing in, you should breathe maximum amount of air as far as possible or as much as possible. Okay, then relax for 4 to 5 seconds. So every cycle should have a gap of 4 to 5 seconds. Now again we'll start. Relax for 3 to 4 seconds. Okay, the last round. Definitely you might be feeling that expansion in your chest and in your abdomen, and definitely that is a symptom of that you have taken much more oxygen inside and all your organs have started functioning at the optimal level. Okay, it gives a satisfaction from inside. And while getting up early in the morning from the bed, a lot of people, you might be feeling some idleness and very tightness in your body. The moment you start the first exercise, inhaling or taking in abundance of air, all your organs, that abundance of oxygen will be going to your mitochondria, and that will supply and that will start circulation of your lymphatic fluids and also blood throughout the circulatory system. In that way, all your internal organs will become free and you can feel that activeness in your body. So the second posture is Agnisar. Agnisar, hopefully everybody might be remembering this Agnisar position. This is the exercise that is mainly dealing with the abdominal area. As I've said, this is the largest diaphragm in our human body. So from here, we will be pumping. It is the pumping system of this large diaphragm system, that is abdominal area. So we will take in air as much as air possible. First of all, we will release it out. We will throw in a jug We'll release it out, maintain that posture, and then start pumping. Okay, so let's start like this. First, breathe in, it should come out, bulge out, then breathe out with a jerk so that it should go as much as possible inside. It has gone inside. If you want to confirm, put a palm on your abdominal area, breathe in, breathe out, and then start pumping. Keep one thing in mind that while pumping, you should not breathe in or breathe out. It should be in a breathe out position inside with a suction and contraction. It should be fully contracted. Your abdominal area should be contracted. And in this contracted position only, you should pump in and out, in and out, in and out. Okay. So let's start. 15 cycles, 3 rounds. Have a smile. Always have a smile. Then relax. Relax for 4 to 5 seconds. Again. Then relax. For beginners, it will be a bit difficult first of all, and after 2 or 3 times of practicing, it will become very normal. Once again, breathe in, breathe out, start pumping. And relax. So all these postures should be done with a straight upright posture. Keep that also in mind. Okay. And last, third one is the basic practices. The third practice is Kapalbhati, which is known as the queen of the yoga. Kapalbhati. This is also the same thing. First of all, you should breathe in much air as much as possible, and then breathe out with a jerk. Exhale out the air with a jerk, and maintain that suction and release for near about 15 rounds without taking in air. Okay. Once you will take in air, then release it, and then start pumping with a jerk. Every time you should give a jerk. That inhaling and exhaling procedure, that should be like inhaling and exhaling procedure, but you should not take in or take out air. Okay, that should be just like a putting a pump or pumping out the air with a jerk. Okay, with a sudden jerk. Let's start. This rate of pumping out should be steady. It should not be in a fast rate or a slow rate. Okay, the rate should be somewhat like this. Right? So this is the rate of doing Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati is a yoga posture that is beneficial for both boosting the immune system as well as for reducing the obesity throughout the body. It reduces the obesity throughout the body. Starting from head to toes, it will help in reducing the obesity. Okay. So this Kapalbhati is having a lot of, with main benefits, it's having a lot of side benefits. Always yoga will be having side benefits only, as medicines are having side effects. From yoga, you will get side benefits. There is no side effect by yoga. Okay. So again, after 3 to 4 seconds of relaxation, we will start for next 15 cycles. Breathe in, then out with a jerk. Then relax. Many of the people will be doing this Kapalbhati in different style. But remember, don't do it in a fast rate or a slow rate. You should not be doing like this. Many people I have seen that in their life they are doing Kapalbhati with a fast rate. It should not be done in this fast rate, neither in a slow rate. It should be in a steady rate. Oxygen should, once you are pumping, is the pumping, the diaphragm, the pumping of the diaphragm should be in a steady rate, so that it, the internal organs and the circulation that will be having that steady time to have a good circulation. Okay. Oh, the last round. That's it. If you're overstressed, if you feel that your abdominal area is getting pain, then you can have some near about 10 to 8 to 10 seconds of a break also. Doesn't matter. And if you can bear that stress, you can go for within 4 to 5 seconds. That stress is nothing but it's the internal organs under stress or internal organs under good circulation. Nothing to worry about. Okay. So these are the three yoga postures that you should be doing every day in a day-to-day practice, into a daily to daily basis. And apart from these three yoga postures, we will be doing more 4 to 5 yoga postures today, and that will be dealing with mainly for counteracting this obesity problem. Okay, so the first one, many of you might be knowing, nowadays we are having treadmill at our home. Okay, before people used to get oil mill to churn the oil from the seeds. Nowadays people have taken treadmill to churn the obesity or to churn the fat from their body. Okay, so no need of treadmill. It can be done by in a 6x6 area, or 6x3 is also sufficient. So many people might be knowing that jogging is nothing but a yoga. It is also a yoga. It comes under yoga. So jogging should be in a very steady manner. Okay, it's not like that running in a fast manner. Jogging should be straight manner. It should, both the hands should come onto the chest level. Okay, the chest level, and jogging slowly like this. Okay, jogging. So when you are doing jogging, it's a very normal yoga, and people think that, oh, it's a jogging, it should be done outside only. You know, no need of going outside, or no need of climatic condition. Whether it may be summer or rainy or winter, you can do it in your home also, and only 6x3 area is sufficient for you. Okay, and while doing the yoga, while doing this jogging, keep one thing. One more improvement in jogging is that you should breathe in air, abundance of air, okay, and release it out. So two processes will be there. Two yoga postures are included in this jogging. First is if you are taking in air, that becomes Bhagarati, and if you are exhaling out, then that is Kapalbhati. So both the exercises you should be doing while doing the jogging. Jogging gets perfected. Jogging gets perfection if you are doing both these yoga posture at a time. Okay. Normal jogging is having its benefits. As I have said, all yoga postures are having benefits and side benefits. The side benefits that if you are having these two yoga postures, if you are doing while jogging also, it will give a lot of benefit. Okay. So see the posture. Okay. Then breathe in air. Then exhale out with a jerk. So while doing the jogging, take air, abundance of air inside, that which comes under Bhagirathi, that is the Bhagirathi position, taking in air as much as possible, and exhale out with a jerk, with an immediate jerk. Okay, and it should not be done for 15 or 16 cycles or 15 or 16 rounds. It should be done for half an hour. This yoga posture can be practiced for half an hour daily on daily basis who are having obesity problem. Okay, so just practice it for today for 5 to 10 minutes, for 5 minutes at least, jogging with Bhagirathi and Kapalbhati, with Bhagirathi and Kapalbhati, not only jogging. Okay, so you see the question, air will be going inside, and then with a jerk it should come out. Okay, the moment you are feeling that your abdominal area is having is stressed out, you can relax. Okay, normal jogging you can continue for near about 5 to 10 minutes. If you are having a jogging in the park or on the street or in your home area, so for 5 to 10 minutes you can have a break, and then for 5 to 10 minutes you can have both this process while doing the jogging. Okay, so simultaneously it should be going on. 5 minutes you can do this posture while doing the jogging, and then 10 minutes relax, again 5 minutes. In this way, half an hour, you can do half an hour of jogging. That is called effective jogging. Okay, only jogging if you're running means that is not having that benefit. But if you are practicing both these two yoga postures with jogging, then the jogging becomes much more effective. Okay, so this was our one yoga posture, and finally once more we will do. Okay.
Go. Okay. Go.
This is the effective jogging practice. Many people go morning in the walking or in jogging, go outside, they go to the lane, they go to the park, and instead of doing jogging and walking, they gossip and come back. Don't kill the time by doing all these things. Gossiping, if you are having a wrong posture of walking also, that will put effect on your body. So rather of having gossiping and chit-chatting and doing improper walking, have this practice. Maximum half an hour is required daily on daily basis. If you are doing this yoga posture, this jogging posture for half an hour, it's sufficient. Okay. Now next yoga posture is Trikonasana. Okay. For Trikonasana, maintain a gap between 2 foot. I think it is visible to everybody. Maintain a hand of gap, a distance of a hand between your 2 foot. Okay, and then start bending one side. Okay, first starting with the left side. First bend, and your palm should be here straight. So when this palm is going throughout this length, down the length of this leg, it should go sliding. Sliding. Simultaneously, this hand should lift as gravity. You should not go against gravity, go with the gravity. Okay. like this. And while going down, breathe in, breathe in. It should be straight. You see the position. It should be straight. It should not be bending like this forward or back, lean backside. Okay. It should be straight like this. So that you should feel much stretch over here. Both the person who are having obesity and tire-like shape over here. This is the best exercise for them. Okay. So this is the best yoga posture for them. So this is called Trikonasana. And while going down, stretch as much as possible this side. For new beginners, try slowly. Okay. And at the same time, when you are going downside with your body, let the one hand go right hand top, and palm should be straight. Don't bend the palm like this or like this. It should be straight like this. Okay. Flat. Go. Breathe in. And when you reach to the center, breathe out. Again, go here, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so you're going this side, breathe in, coming to the center, breathe out. Going again right side, breathe in, and coming to the center, breathe out. This should be in a steady manner, and should be the practice for near about 20 to 30 rounds. Okay, with 3 cycles. Okay, so we'll start. This is the way of doing this Trikonasana. Okay. So you can practice it for 20 to 30 times, and the best round to be practiced is for near about 50 rounds. The best round is 50 rounds, but for beginners you can't do it for 50 rounds. Better you go for 10 to 15 rounds first of all, and having after a good practice, then you can go for 50 rounds at a stretch. Okay, 50 rounds at a stretch. It should be practiced for 50 rounds at a stretch. Shall we go for another round? Fine, all right. So while going, as I said, while going down, breathe in and straight. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. So you can feel that stretchness. You can feel that activeness on both the sides. You can feel a pulse rate also in your muscle area. And with this, you can burn your fat, no doubt. Within a month, if you're practicing, means 1 to 2 kgs, not a doubt about it. Okay. But with that, we should remember that we should have a balanced diet also. The body should not get under stress. Okay. Whenever you are doing yoga, after yoga, have plenty of water, and then throughout the day, have a balanced diet. Okay. So this was, first of all, we practiced Anulom Vilom. Second is Agnisa, then Kapalbhati, and the fourth one was jog, and this one Trikonasana. After Trikonasana, we'll go to Konasana. This is Trikonasana, and Konasana at both the foots. Okay, so stand in the same position, in the same posture. Okay, and lean inside, lean downside, touch it as far as possible. This palm should go and touch to the toe, to the nail of the toe. Okay, and if you're expanding more means it's well and good. Expand more. Okay, touch, then touch, and in this process, breathe air as much as possible. Okay, so I'm practicing this posture for beginners also. It will be very easy. Okay, it's not a very difficult posture, but bending for a little bit obesity fellows or those who are having a little bit much more fat, it will be quite difficult for them. A bit difficult for them, but regular practice will make it smooth. Okay, so let's start. This also same posture. When you're going deep down, you should breathe in. While coming out, you should relax. You should breathe out and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, with touching the toes, nail of the toe. So let's start. Okay, so while doing this, you might be observing that you are having a lot of sweating. This is because of the rate of oxygen that we are taking inside. We are making it enter into the mitochondria, and that is helping to increase the respiration system and this burning system. Okay, burning system as well as circulation of the blood throughout the body. Okay, so as much as oxygen reaches the circulation, when the circulatory motion is boosted up, so the amount of oxygen also reaching to the internal organs rapidly increases. Okay, so everything is having a result. Everything is having effect on every posture and on every activity of the internal organs. So yoga is all about doing exercise to the internal organs. Okay, so last round. Okay, so have it for 15 to 20 rounds in every cycle, and hopefully everybody might be now very much active and also sweating also. This as I have said earlier, these all postures increases your blood circulation at a rapid manner. Okay, so our next step is Hastapadasana. Okay, so Hastapadasana, it's a posture something like this. First of all, I will show you from the side manner. While going inside, you have to lean backside with both the hands at the top. Okay, both the hands at the top. Okay, so lean backside with taking air inside. Okay, so inhale in, go back, lean back. Then exhale out and pull, bend towards the toe. Okay, lean towards the toe, and you should bend in such a way that your forehead is touching the knees, both the knees. Okay, like this. You can take this knees, you can bend this knees a little bit forward so that your forehead should be reaching to the knees. If it is not touching the knees, no issue. For the first time, it will be going on like this. For after 2 to 3 months of practice, your forehead will be touching the knees. Okay, and both the palms should be touching the nail of the toes. Fine. So let's start. While going back, inhale air, and while leaning towards forward, exhale out. Okay. So inhale in, go back, exhale out, bend and touch your forehead to the knees and palms to the toes. Okay. So let's start. much as possible. And as far as you can do it, don't stress your body or don't try to go back too much. Otherwise, it may cause a spinal problem at the beginning. Practice it for 5 to 6 times. If not possible for 15 to 20 rounds, practice it for 5 to 6 times. Then after having a good practice, then you can do it on a regular basis. And when going backside, your hands should be in a free motion. In a freestyle, you should go back. Don't stiff your hands and stiff your muscles. Yoga is all about training all the internal organs. So it should be very free. Sweep it backside. It should go like sweeping. So sweep it backside with inhaling air inside. Okay. Then sweep out and come down to your knees as far as possible. Okay. So hands should be swinging. Okay. In a swinging manner, it should go. Okay. So once more. Backside, air in, out, or leaning outside, air out. Okay. No doubt I am sweating a lot. Hopefully you all might be also sweating. So these are the postures. So first of all, again, I would like to have a recap. First of all, we had Anulom Vilom, then Agnisha, and the third one was Kapalbhati, and the fourth one was jogging with both the postures of the yoga, Bhagarati and Kapalbhati. Okay, and then Trikona Asana, and then Kona Asana, and this is Padasana. Okay, so shall we have a final round of Padasana? Okay. So this we are done with Padasana. So the basic idea of doing with 15 to 20 rounds in 3 cycles is that I can do it for 50 rounds at a stretch, but people who are doing it at the beginning or who are at an initial stage, they can't do it for 50 rounds. Instead of having benefits, they will get drawbacks of their yoga posture. They will go into strain or the muscles will go into stress. Okay. So to avoid this, it's a better practice that you go for 15 to 20 rounds in 3 cycles for the at the initial stage. Okay. So after having a good practice, you can go in a single stretch for 50 rounds. Okay. And while doing this exercise, you might be observing, you might have observed that all these parts, all this side belly part and this back side of this thighs and calf muscles are getting stretched out. So it is getting stretched means all the fat noodles or the fat nodes which have accumulated on your on this constant part of the bodies, they are getting stretched out. Okay, and the maximum amount of oxygen is reaching through mitochondria to all these portions. Okay, so this was with Padasana. And the final round, last but not the least, we'll be practicing is about this asana. Many of you might have seen the conventional grinding stone as our mother used to do. you should be sitting in an upright position, and your wrist, the pin of the wrist, it should twist like this. Okay, as if you are rotating the grinding stone. Okay, and you should reach out to your nail toes, the nail of the toes, top of the toes, like this. Okay, as much as possible, reach out here while twisting this one. While coming like this, twist it, and then reverse, and then forward. Okay, and go back. Okay, so while going back, breathe in air inside. Okay, Bhagrati. Here also Bhagrati and Kapalbhat. Bhagrati and Kapalbhat. Okay, so while going backside like this, okay, while going backside, you should breathe in air in abundance. Okay, that is Bhagrati. Practice Bhagrati, and abdomen should swell out. And while coming outside with churning motion, you should come and you should cross the nail of the toes. Okay, like this. Okay, exhale out. While going outside, exhale out. That is Kapalbhati. Not slowly exhale out. Give a jerk. Okay, give a jerk. So somewhat like this. I will show you the first round. Okay, this should be the process. And make it straight. Don't bend it as far as possible. Try to make it straight. Okay, in the initial stage, at the initial stage, it will get bent. It will try to come upside, but try to maintain it in a straight position. And while going back, inhale. While coming out, exhale. Exhaling should be in a jerking manner. It should come out rapidly, like Kapalbhati. So practice Bhagrati and Kapalbhati. While going backside, Bhagrati, take inhale air, take in air. While leaning out, while leaning forward, practice the Kapalbhati with a jerk. You should throw the air out with a jerk. Okay. So let's start in 15 rounds. Okay. So definitely you might be having a very high percent in your thighs and in this groin area. This is a very perfect exercise for the groin, thighs, and also including the circulatory system. Okay. And have it in 15 rounds to overcome this stress problem so that your body won't come under stress. Okay. Final round, you must be having. Take in air, out, out. Okay. So this is the normal exercise, or this is a normal yoga posture that is being followed on a day-to-day basis by a boatman. You might have seen the fishermen or boatmen, those who are going inside the river or sea. They usually do this exercise. That's why you can't see a single boatman having a fat belly, because this is the posture they're doing on a day-to-day basis. But we people staying in home or having a normal daily life, we can't go through these postures. So better we can learn these postures. And this is the asana that is being practiced by this boatman daily. So that is what they are having a very flat belly. And in spite of going to inside the sea and having a very tedious schedule of work, they are having very good health. And instead of having a very good diet, balanced diet, and having a very comfortable life in our life, we are facing so many problems related to health. So this is all about exercise of the internal organs. So as much as healthier your internal organs, the healthier you will be from the outside also. Okay. So final round with this asana. This is a just like a boatman action only. As the boatmen, they do while swimming in their boat. Okay, so then hopefully you are doing with me. I definitely hope that all might have got exhausted, and this is not anything about the stress of the body. Rather, all your internal organs are full active right now. You are having right now, for the time being, you are having a very good circulatory system also. Okay, and after doing all the yogas, keep one thing in mind to relax the body. You need to pull down the body by swinging both your legs and these toes. It should be coming against each other, towards each other. Okay, and swing your leg in this fashion for near about 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, you can talk, you can breathe in and breathe out, or you can relax and swing. Okay, so this is all about pulling the body. Okay, so rate of hitting and rate of pulling should be equal. The rate of hitting that we have done by doing while doing the yoga, the rate of pulling should be in the same manner. So relax after having all the yogas, whatever yoga you are doing, practicing at home or at gym or wherever. After doing, you should relax. Okay, you should pull down your body. For pulling down, you should swing your leg in this fashion. Okay, fine, all right. So this was all today's yoga postures. Okay, so keep doing these yoga postures on daily basis, or else you can skip, or you can do cardio, or you can do Zumba, or you can do yoga. But yoga is nowhere related with cardio and Zumba. Yoga is all about doing exercise for the internal organs. Whatever we are doing cardio and all these things, it is for outside organs, for having an outlook. Okay, but inside, for building the internal organs and to have an effective functioning of the internal organs, we do yoga. As I told, yoga is nothing but maintaining a harmony between the health and the mind. Okay, it's about connecting the internal consciousness with the universal consciousness. Okay, so today we have practiced again a quick glance. Today we have practiced first of all Anulom Vilom, and then Agnisha, and then Kapalbhati. The basic idea of doing these three is to circulate the blood at a fast manner and also to increase the circulation of these lymph fluids, because for lymph fluids there is no mechanism inside the body. So movement is the only mechanism, movement of the body and movement of the muscle is the only mechanism to have a good lymphatic system and circulation of the lymph fluids. And circulatory system, it's not an issue because we are having heart pumping device that keeps on pumping. Rather, for having effective circulatory system, we are practicing this yoga. Okay. So first was with Anulom Vilom, then second was with Agnisha, third was with Kapalbhati. So why I am doing Anulom Vilom and Kapalbhati? There should be a 10-minute gap. In between, there should be a 8 to 10 minutes gap. That's why I am maintaining. I am practicing one more yoga posture at the mid of this Anulom Vilom and Kapalbhati. Okay. Then we went for jogging with Bhagirathi and Kapalbhati. Then Trikonasana, then Konasana, then Hastapadasana, and last one is this foot exercise, Motasana. Okay. And after doing all these asanas, you should relax your body and cool down your body. Hopefully, you might be remembering all this, and if not, the recorded version will be available. You can go to the version of the video so as to remember the posture and the techniques of the yogas. Okay. With this, I am done today, and hopefully, we'll meet next week. Have a good health and have a good life. Stay safe, stay home. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant, for today's session. Okay, so guys, share me your post yoga pics in group. Okay, so don't jump for taking juices and fried food. Take healthy food. Okay, take complex stuffs. Take lots of fruits and vegetable, because this time we need to boost our immunity system. So we are done with one part by doing our yoga, cardio, or Zumba, any physical activity. We are done. Then the next one is we have to take lots of healthy food. Okay, don't go for any fried food, junk food after your workout. Okay, drink 3 to 4 liters of water a day and sleep properly. So this is the tips for the day. Okay, and avoid sugar as well, because white sugar or brown sugar, both the sugar are very dangerous for our health. Okay, so this is the tips for today. So we are done today. So share me your post for yoga pics with your feedback. Okay. So bye. We will meet tomorrow again. Tomorrow evening we will meet.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.